What's up, everybody? We back for another show, another episode. This is Broad Street 4 for 4, Philly's #1 podcast for Philadelphia sports. We follow our four sports teams and all Philly sports. We want to thank everybody in advance for tuning in. We want to let everybody know that keep in mind that they can follow us on pretty much every social platform. There's Facebook, Instagram, iTunes, Podbeam. That's a free app. Download it, follow us, follow the shows. And we gonna jump right into what we do, man. This is Broad Street 4 for 4. We support our hometown teams. Keep in mind to subscribe, follow, comment, like on those social platforms we just said. And we gonna get right into it, man. It's October, exciting time of the year for our sports teams, for our sports fans, excuse me. NFL season in full swing. We gonna, of course, talk about the Philadelphia Eagles, our Philadelphia Eagles. But October, we got the what else we got? We got the MLB, the Major League Baseball, the playoffs underway right now, full swing. So that's big right now. The Sixers, the NBA season is quickly approaching us, so that's underway, and we of course we got some big expectations for the 76ers. So, and also the NHL, man, the hockey season. I believe the Philadelphia Flyers are playing their first home game of the season. The last time I checked, they were down 5-1 to the Sharks, and that was at the end of the second. So that wasn't looking too good, but obviously.
Shout out Gritty. You gotta shout out Gritty.
Shout out to Gritty. How y'all feel about Gritty, man? I thought it was a little goofy at first, man, but you know he was over times. How y'all feel about Gritty, man?
He is a thing of nightmares. You look at Sesame Street. He's the one that got kicked off of Sesame.
I was kind of indifferent with the Gritty thing, man, but everybody's been kind of jumping on board lately. When they first introduced him, though, I said, what the hell is going on? But
as a person with bulgy eyes, you know what I mean? I got big old bulgy eyes like he does. I feel bad for him, you know what I'm saying? He just needs to be reconstructed a little bit. Just fix the eyes a little bit, make him look a little happier, just a little happier.
Right.
I understand Gritty, you gotta be tough, Broad Street bullies, and you know what I mean, the Flyers, and that's how they were.
Me, I would have called it. I would have gave it Broad Street Bully, man, and it'd have been like my drunk uncle or something like that, man. You know what I mean? And he'd have been a drunk uncle, just annoying but knowledgeable about sports. But big shout out to Gritty, man. So he was what in Times. He's made national news. So
Yes.
My feelings on Gritty, I kind of feel like Gritty surmises 2018. He's the epitome 2018. He's just a individual that's all mixed up, don't look that good, and it's just dirty. Kind of like our political scene right now. How we got the judge. How does a judge how is he the Supreme Court justice? That's like backwards. That's 2018. That's Gritty. Look at that, and also
I like that. That's
like Donald Trump,
right there.
backwards, just crazy. So it kind of like I always remember Gritty for the rest of my life until they decide to get rid of him, because it just surmises 2018 to this point, man. It's all backwards and all crazy, man.
right.
That's why
I do like the name, no Gritty. I think that that represents Philadelphia, and particularly with hockey, but blue collar, right, hard working is definitely what, definitely. Yeah, man, but we gonna get back, man. We got a big show for y'all, man. Obviously coming off a tough week, man. We played the Vikings. We lost to the Vikings at home. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to recap that game. We're also going to preview the Giants game, which is this Thursday. So we don't have a lot of time to recoup from the Minnesota Vikings loss. So we got to get ready for the Giants this Thursday. Of course, we're going to do our pick six, where we pick 6 NFL games out of the season, particularly the games that affect us and the Philadelphia Eagles and our standings. and we're gonna pick those 6 games, and we like to go head up with each other. We talked last show about a friendly bet amongst ourselves, so we're gonna do that. And we also gonna go off, and we gonna ask y'all, man, what's some of the pregame rituals that you guys like doing, and whether you're a Flyers fan, a Philadelphia Phillies fan, an Eagles fan, a 76ers fan, what are some of the things you like to do on game day? Whether it's with your family, watching the game with your kids, going out, tailgating, just staying home, going to get a case of beer, watching the game. Some of the things you do prior to the pregame ritual. Some of the things you enjoy doing. So that's our topics for the show. Those are the things we're going to discuss. And remember, man, this show is interactive, man. So on Facebook, Instagram, Podbeam, iTunes, man, feel free to leave your comments, suggestions, things you like, and any topics you may want to hear us talk about, man. Please feel free to leave those suggestions, and we'll get back. We'll incorporate that in the show. We definitely appreciate it, and we want to appreciate and say thank you to the fans who have been tuning in and listening to us. So we definitely appreciate that. But we're gonna jump right in it, man. I like to defer. We're going to talk about this Eagles Vikings recap. I really would like to kick it off, but I'm going to defer. I'm going to go to James Woodruff, man. James Woodruff, man. Tell me how you feel.
I was like in my mind, I was like trying to send you telepathic thoughts like, please pick me, please pick me, please pick me.
I felt it. I felt it, man. I felt it.
I was like, pick me. Yo, I'm telling you. Now listen, this is where I want to start off. I'm thankful that it wasn't a division, a rivalry, that we didn't lose to one of our division rivals. It wasn't a division game. However, a loss is a loss. The other 3 teams lost, but the Redskins, Giants, and Cowboys lost, so that's good. Again, our listeners don't know that. Unless we say something, we communicate with each other during the game through the thread, through our smartphone. And I remember one particular part where Doug Peterson chose to go for it, get that, for that 2-point conversion, bringing the lead down to where the Eagles could probably possibly win the game on a touchdown as opposed to just tying it. And remember, Chris and Rome were just like, oh man, it's a terrible call, I agree 100%. It is. It's not what you should have done. But considering the situation, I feel like Doug Peterson has to do something. He has to rally his team. He has to. He's got to set some type of spark in his team because his team is struggling. Like they can't do anything out the gate.
Do you think that play or that particular call was the spark that they needed? Because
I just think it's like he's showing his team like, yo, I'm all in. Like I'm willing to take these chances for you guys.
Okay.
So I need you all to be all in from an execution standpoint.
Gotcha.
I respected that call, and it was gutsy. He's like, listen, I'm not going to change from what I did last season. I'm going to be the same coach. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to be aggressive, but I need you all to do something because I think Doug Peterson is like grasping for straws.
Right.
Small is not responding.
Excuse me. Smallwood saves him. Smallwood saves him on that play, but
Well, it was excellent execution, but he's the one that decided to go for that.
Yeah, exactly. Go ahead.
It was great. So it was giving me like a beacon of hope. Like, oh man, now the troops are going to start getting motivated and they're going to start coming, make this run and come back. But the Eagles are always finding themselves behind the 8 ball. They're coming out to these slow starts. They're barely scoring in the first half, and that's the consistency that I'm seeing. They're slow out of the gate. They're just real lackadaisical, almost as if we got this, we'll pull it together. And they're not doing it. And I think the coaching staff is starting to see that. I think we're really starting to see how much Frank Reich meant to us from an offensive standpoint and to play his offensive schemes. I think we're starting to see his I think the fact that he's not there anymore. It's frustrating from a fan standpoint because you want to see them have that same intensity, that same hunger that they had last season, but maybe that's not going to happen. But they're not out of it yet. I'm not giving up hope because again, we only lost, but we haven't lost to. No, my bad, Chris. But we haven't lost to a division opponent yet. And then just saying that real quick, Thursday is big. That's a big game.
Hey, Wood, we're going to come back around and get everybody to come in and fill on their major points. But we're going to let everybody jump in and get their general points right now. JD, what you got, Ron? Tell me your general points, and we're gonna go around. We're gonna go around twice and talk about this because I know everybody got things they want to say.
O-line, there's some major issues there. They just can't block anybody, man. Peters is done. It looks like I've moved on from Peters in my mind. Maybe he should have just retired after last season. Because he doesn't look good at all. Lane Johnson's getting beat. But besides that, I think some of that has to do with Foles was like quick. You know, he was like one or two reads, and boom, the ball's out of his hand. Where Carson is more like he's trying to make things happen back there.
Right.
So that could have thrown the line off a little bit because they weren't that bad in the first two games with Foles, I don't think.
They have to adjust to two different quarterbacks, is what you're saying, right? Yeah.
Pre-snap penalties is too many illegal I don't get illegal formation. Like, because if you're in a wideout, all you have to do is raise your hand to the linesman, and he tells you if you need to back up or come on the line.
Exactly.
You're covering up the tight end. I mean, how hard is that? I don't get that one, man. I thought we had two good drives in the third quarter.
Definitely.
They were solid drives. We just didn't finish them off with TDs. But that was good. And the Vikings just consistently moved the ball all game long. Whenever they needed to make plays, they made plays, and our defense couldn't get off the field. So we had a little bit of pressure, but not enough pressure. I think Sports doing a little blitz every now and then, but
the blitz doesn't seem to get there though.
Go ahead.
No, the blitz, when he does blitz, it just doesn't seem to get there. You know what I mean? It's
he's calling it at the wrong time or something, or maybe it's.
Maybe the players, the personnel.
The players don't know how to mask it. Maybe they're not going through the right gap. I don't know. Maybe the linemen aren't staying on their man to open up a gap. Or a corner blitz, safety blitz, or a linebacker blitz, whatever, man.
Yeah. I think we got beat on every time we blitz. I'm not sure of that, and I'm not sure if we got did we get a sack on Cousins? Yeah, we got a few sacks. I think 1 or 2 because I know Graham got a sack. But yeah, we seem to get beat on our blitzes though.
But one last thing before we go back around and McCline jumps in. Their first third down conversion was in the third quarter, man. Third quarter. That's their first third down conversion. I think it's a combination of everything, fellas.
Yeah.
Players, play calling, mistakes, penalties, people blowing their assignments. We just don't have smart football players out there.
Yeah, I agree. McCline.
You got it, McCline.
Yeah, I just think, it's a big diaper out there because we just think, man, you got to get rid of the diaper. We're not good right now. It's sad to say. I mean, they play good. We play like a good football team. We don't play like the football team from last year. So I guess I just got to change my lens. After watching them after 5 games, we still can win a division. That's the thing about it. So we're still prime, and maybe we'll come around and see who we are. A very good football team by the end of the year. After the trade and after some but it's all 3 phases of the game. Special teams, we didn't play good and we didn't beat them in any phase of football. So that's a recipe for disaster. And we still should have. And honestly, we could have won the game.
Right.
But the mistakes, and that's the form. I guess that's the outlier. Not even an outlier. That's just the thing. Other than the phases of the game, the turnovers. Penalties.
Penalties, right.
Yeah, the penalties. So mental mistakes. So
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
gotta get better, man. We're not looking good right now. Not a Super Bowl level team. We're not playing like we're maybe playing a playoff team, playing like a playoff wild card team or
Yeah.
wild card team.
Yeah. I hear you, McCline, and I agree with you, man. The silver lining in all this is that our division kind of stinks right now. We can still win a division, but realistically, even if we win a division at 10-6, 9-7, are we going to get out of the first round? Because home field advantage is big. You know what I mean? Do we beat Atlanta last year? If we don't, do we beat Minnesota last year without home field advantage? Maybe we do. Last year our team was different, but this year I'm not sure. Me, fellas, how I look at the Eagles right now, I'm looking at position just as far as players. I'm looking at position players. And are they falling behind what we expect them to do? Are they exceeding what they're supposed to do? Or are they just on par with the expectations we expect? And let's just start with O-line. Is the O-line exceeding, declining, or on par? If I ask y'all, I think everybody agrees that the O-line is playing behind what we expected them to play. Quarterback Carson Wentz. I guess you could put an asterisk there. He's coming from the injury. I think he looks great as far as physically. Is he playing up to the MVP level? I don't think it's fair to really compare him to that. But so that position gets an asterisk. Wide receivers. I know Alshon's been hurt, but those guys are playing below what we kind of expect. And I know there's been some injuries, but they're just not playing up to what we kind of expect. Defensive line, I put them on par. I wouldn't say they're declining. I wouldn't say they're progressing. I would just put them on par, kind of what they expect. Fletcher Cox is okay. We still solid, I guess, against the run. Linebackers, Hicks isn't playing poorly. He's playing okay, but I don't think they're doing nothing exceptional. And D-backs, forget about it. It's not even close. Those guys are behind. When you talk about exceeding or on par or not living up to expectations, those guys, with the exception of Malcolm Jenkins.
Because for me, I think they playing right where I thought they would.
Yeah.
For me, with the DBs, I don't think they're playing worse than what I originally thought. I always thought they were bad.
Yeah. No, that's.
So they playing on par to me. I know what you're saying. All right, if we judge them like excellent, average, or poor,
right,
they're playing poor. But to me, they're playing right where I expected. I know me, I was different of what I thought they were going to play. My expectations, I thought they were bad. I thought they were going to be bad. I thought the wideouts, I didn't think they were that good.
Yeah, no.
At the beginning of the season, they're not good.
Yeah.
So for me, I could say those two I might disagree with you because I think I always thought they were bad, so they didn't play under what I thought they would.
Right.
And the D line, I think they're playing worse than what I would.
Yeah.
What I thought. I don't think they're playing good at all as a unit.
Yeah.
Not like they were last year. When you compare them to last year's unit, last year they consistently got pressure with 4. This year it's just they're wildly inconsistent. So I would say they're playing below,
right. So I mean, my whole point is, and I see what you're saying, Ron, because that's your personal viewpoint. So I can understand it. I'm just trying to give a broad viewpoint. But position wise, our whole team, we're below. The only thing you can give maybe is the tight end position, with Ertz being consistent. And if you want to throw the fact that Goddard's in there, I mean, he hasn't made a big impact, but he's made some plays. But
when I think of three players that are playing excellent, it's Wentz, Ertz, and Jenkins. They're like the 3 standouts where I could say they're just.
Are they playing? Are they?
To win, man.
Are they playing above? If you had to say below average or above, they're playing.
Yeah. I think so.
I
think Ertz, I thought he's playing exactly where I thought he would be.
Right, but
I think Jenkins, I thought he would take a step back based on his age and stuff,
but it looks like he hasn't lost a beat.
Right.
I think they're putting him in situations where he's not covering people.
Yeah, and he can't. You can't blame him for that. But I would put Cox in that role too.
Oh yeah, Cox is playing phenomenal.
Yeah,
also.
Cox is playing for
I
well.
forgot about him.
Yeah. No, it's all good. Wood, jump back in, man. Go ahead and jump back in, Wood. Hit your mute thing and tell me, give me some of your main points of how you feel about the Eagles, man.
I think about the offense and just how poorly they've been playing and how, that probably feeds into the defense and how the defense plays. If the offense is not playing well and they're not giving the defense any time to get rest and, there's 3 and outs and just not, the defense is going to get frustrated. And then, they're going to try to, man, we're working hard out here trying to keep these guys, trying to stop these guys and give you guys a chance. And you all are just, dropping passes and getting the stupid holding penalties and pushing us back. And it's frustrating. I remember during the preview episode, I was really looking for them to come out with a balanced attack. I wanted to see around the same amount of runs, about the same amount of passes. Did that transpire? No. Well, I believe it was about 40-something passes to 13 runs or something. I got the numbers right here. It says Wentz dropped back 42 times compared to 13 designed running plays. The offense disappointed, but it doesn't help when the head coach is stuck on tilt. And that's a direct quote from Philadelphia Sports Weekly, or that website. Pulled that from a report card.
Could I jump in on that one real quick? I think when you down 20-3, you ain't really gonna run the ball that much.
Yeah, later on, but I'm talking about in the beginning though.
But I get it, but I think that kind of skews it because even last year, the Eagles were. They still passed to set up the run, and then it would be second half they would run more, and then it looked like they had a balanced attack. Where actually for the majority of the game they didn't. But go ahead, you got it.
Oh no, that's my point. It's just two sides of the ball, and you just imagine yourself, you out there, you're busting your butt, and you're trying to get a sack or pass deflection, interception, or just trying to make a play, and then they drive down, score a touchdown on you, and then you're like, all right, well, maybe our offense will get us back. And then you go 3 and out, and it's, oh man, I gotta get right back on the field again. I just feel like that's happening too often for the Philadelphia Eagles. We're not staying on the field long enough, and we're not scoring. We're not scoring in the red zone. When we get down close, we're settling for 3.
Yeah, I agree, Wood. McCline, what you give me some, McCline.
Just when we get in the red zone, we got to finish it off. Just to piggyback on what Hollywood just said. We get down there, you got to punch it in. Last year we were getting 7 a lot. I mean, our third down, last year our conversion to third down was a lot higher. We're only 2 for 12 drives, 4 for 12 on third down throughout games. It's kind of frustrating.
Hey, Mike and Wood, but to you, Mike, because you're speaking right now, what is the problem? What do you think the problem is inside the red zone? Is it because we don't have Blunt? Is it because of the injuries? What's the difference this year between this year and last year?
It's a combination of so many things, man. The universe, the quasars, the sun, the moon, the stars, all that stuff, man. You gotta factor in. It's play calling. It's the personnel. It's the psyche. It's the opponents. Again, man, and I say this almost at least once every episode, is that the other team knows who they're playing. They're looking to make a point. Y'all ain't champs, y'all chumps. We coming here to let y'all know, we should have. We should have won the championship. The Vikings was holding the chip on their shoulder because we took them out.
Yeah, that's the Vikings, but not the Indianapolis Colts and things like that. But no, I agree with you, Wood. I agree.
But it's just every team is looking to take our head off. That's
Mike,
all.
Factor
all that in. The Eagles need to raise their level, not just physically and execute from an execution standpoint, but they have to have that killer instinct. They have to have that attitude, and to if they have an opportunity to finish the opponent off and don't get complacent and try to hold on. Like if the Eagles have a lead, it almost looks like they're playing to try to keep that lead on those rare occasions that we actually had a lead this season. And also you can just tell, they never have their foot on the gas. Like they're always trying to play catch up. They're very lackadaisical out there. They don't look like the same team. Eagles get a good play. You hope that a penalty flag doesn't get dropped. It's like, oh man, it was just a pass. Corey Clemens just ran for 8 yards. Did I just see a flag? You know what I mean? Or it's to that point. Whenever we get something positive, I always think something bad is going to happen because it almost has been. We've been shooting ourselves in the foot with penalties. So it's frustrating to watch them offensively. It's very frustrating.
Right. Mike, jump back in, Mike, and I don't know, man. The Eagles look like they're in trouble right now, man. Honestly, man. And but go ahead, Mike. Tell me some of your main concerns right now. I know you were touching on it earlier.
Yeah, it's just I think the running back maybe it's our pieces. Maybe like your evaluation earlier. Just the pieces are a little different, and I feel like Doug, being quarterback centric, is calling a lot, like letting Carson try to throw it in there. But Carson, even though he's looking good and he's playing the level, he wants him to throw touchdowns early to get his confidence. But I think if he handed the ball off more, and maybe he doesn't have confidence because we don't have a Blount. And we're hurt at running back. They know a job. I mean, they knew he was hurt going into it with the back, and then he tore it, happened to tear his ACL. And it seems like there's a lot of times down in the red zone he can punch it in, and he goes to the pass. I feel like we had success the last 2 weeks.
Right?
Running within, like after we crossed the 50. We run it. But then when he wants Carson to get that throw and touchdown, I feel. But we're not in desperation mode to the point. It's still like the second quarter of the season, the beginning of it. So maybe he wants to build that confidence. A lot of times coaches take the long view. We're in it week to week, but at the same time they have a program in the system.
Right.
But I felt like he was trying to win. He would have continued to run these last 2 weeks.
Hey, Mike.
Like 35 and in.
No, yeah, that's good stuff, Mike. But particularly this game against the Vikings, it seemed like our first real drive was that third quarter when we came out in the third quarter and marched the ball all the way down the field. We did that with the run. I mean, obviously Ajayi had to fumble. That's not something he typically does. So you kind of, but we moved the ball down there with the run. And I can't. And Smallwood ran the ball well. I can't.
But you got that, but then time becomes a factor.
Well, obviously,
you're down. Like after Ajayi fumble, you're down 20-3. You can't keep going to the running game regardless. Just because you don't want to run, man. The time is ticking down. But sometimes you ain't got no choice until the game becomes closer.
Well, that's.
I watched the game like 3 times, so I'm telling you, like sometimes he was calling runs and then it was getting called back because of a penalty. So then the numbers would have been totally different.
Yeah, no doubt, but run more in the first half before the game gets out of hand. Like before the game gets out of hand.
But just like Mike said, Ajayi's messed up with the back injury. Smallwood can't carry the load. Adams
give him an opportunity though.
He's too small. You can't get that dude the ball 20 times a game.
I don't.
He's just too small of a guy to do that. And then Adams isn't really getting the ball. Apparently, they don't trust him. I get what you're saying, but it's a lot of factors that come into that. And I ain't taking up for Doug or anything. But I'm just saying, you can't just say, we just got to run the ball. Like, these dudes are struggling. Like, the offensive line is struggling out there, man. Sometimes maybe the third quarter, maybe they would catch it. Maybe it was because the Vikings was playing a pass. Like, these guys got to catch up. So that's why the running game was working.
Right.
Like, it's just not all just forced to run. Because then you force to run and you only get... Say if you run and you only get 2 yards on first down, now you force the pass in second and third.
Yeah. No, definitely. I mean, it's a lot of things that go into that, man. Obviously, you want to you want to have a good first down and a good second down for to set up third and short and things like that. And if you're not successful on first down with the run, but I obviously Ajayi wasn't 100%. Obviously he's done for the season now. But prior to the game, Ajayi and Smallwood were your running backs. You know what I mean? My thing is at least give these guys the opportunity. And for the most part, obviously with the exception of the fumble by Ajayi, I think those guys ran pretty well. They just in my opinion, they didn't get the ball enough in the first half. In the first half, but we fell behind late, and that's a big thing, man. Last year, we had the lead early. We took the lead early in almost every game.
I think damn near remember we had so many consecutive games where we scored on the first drive.
Exactly.
We're not even scoring first half.
Exactly. Do you guys?
It's crazy, man. That changes the whole outlook of the game.
Yeah, I know Blunt wanted some money this year. How do you think we're a different team? Because if LeGarrette Blunt was still here, are we a better team right now?
All he had to do was pay him an extra $1 million. He only got $2 million from Detroit. It wasn't like they were saving money.
Right.
I didn't get it, man. I thought he was the perfect fit. But I do get this point. You had Sproles coming back. So then you look at it, so you had Ajayi, Sproles, and Clement. Like, what was somebody had to be out. You couldn't have those four there. That's why Blunt left.
Yeah.
That's why he left. You wasn't going to have four because Clement wasn't going to play there.
But Sproles coming off the ACL, you don't sign Blunt. I keep Blunt with Sproles coming off the injury.
I would too. I would let
banking on Sproles. I think they was banking on Sproles, man. And you having three backs, like you're not gonna have four.
If you were in Howie's position, Peterson's position, Jeff Lurie's position, do you keep Blunt from last year?
I kept Blunt, and I would have told Sproles to retire.
Yeah, I would have definitely kept Blunt.
That's me. I would have said Sproles, just hang him up.
Yeah. And it's crazy right now because obviously Ajayi is done for the year. It's a lot of talk going on. Le'Veon Bell, obviously. LaShawn McCoy. There's been some talk about those guys. There's actually been some talk about Jamal Charles. Do you guys feel like we have to? Because this game right now, I'm not sure if Clement's ready or if Sproles is ready. It's a short week, Thursday game. Do you guys go after a running back? I think we pretty much have to. Who do you go after? And why do you go after him? And what are the circumstances?
Clement's a full participant in practice on Tuesday.
Okay.
So he's probably play. But I wouldn't go after Le'Veon because I don't think he wants to play. Like that's his whole point. He just wants to come back, but he doesn't want the workload. They're saying he might even fake injuries once he comes back and just don't play.
What
disqualifies for
we don't want him then. We definitely don't want him.
I don't want Le'Veon. I don't think he's really going to play.
Well, he has to play, I think, by October.
He just has to show up.
No, by October though, I think if there's something about the franchise tag.
He just has to come in by week 10.
Week 10, right.
And sign the contract. He doesn't ever have to play a game.
Okay.
He could go in there and say he pulled a hamstring in practice.
Do you think he does? Do you think he's unhappy with Pittsburgh? Do you think he does that if he comes to Philadelphia? I'm just hypothetical. I don't,
No, he just wants a big contract.
I know, but for this year, for the sake of this year, if he signs,
I don't think he's going to play because I think that it jeopardizes his chance of getting money if he gets hurt. So I don't think he really wants to play this year.
Yeah.
I would go after Shady. That's just me. I would go after Shady.
LaShawn McCoy can stay in Buffalo.
Somebody else. I'm not going after Bell.
LaShawn McCoy is staying Buffalo.
If you go Shady or Jamal Charles, who do you go?
Charles got signed by the Jaguars today.
Today?
Jamal Charles did.
Yeah, he going with Charles.
Okay, that's news. Y'all heard it right here at BS44, right here, Broad Street 444 first. I didn't know that, so JD, good stuff.
Me personally, I would go with somebody cheap like they did with a Giant. Somebody on their rookie deal that you ain't got to pay much.
Who?
You just go search teams. I don't
right.
Really know. I don't have anybody in mind. I ain't.
No.
You know,
I got Connor from Atlanta. The young back in Atlanta, Connor.
Yeah.
Just for, we gonna get somebody cheap. We can't get Shady. We can't land a big name. He might be the only big name out there. The guy from Chicago.
Oh yeah. Well, from Chicago, yeah.
They played together in college.
Yeah, you just gotta put somebody young in there. That's what I would. I wouldn't rest my thing on Shady either. I was just saying compared between Bell and Shady, I would go Shady.
Let's throw out Bell and assume he doesn't want to play. Does Shady make us a better team?
Yeah. Struggling at the running back.
Injury prone though. Like he might not. He'll come back and play a couple games, and something will happen with him. He'll get hurt. LaShawn McCoy he can stay in Buffalo. I think he's toxic to the locker room, and more importantly, I think he's injury prone.
You buy into the Chip Kelly rhetoric, man.
Yeah,
yes, man. Especially that drama that's going down with his ex-girlfriends.
I think.
You don't want to bring all that to the locker room, man.
I hear you would, but I think that's something they could iron out. I think Shady. I don't think he was toxic to the locker room, man. In fact, he was one of the more well-liked guys on the team. But before that, obviously the Chip Kelly. I know he does have a situation with the girlfriend and that right now, but
that's side stuff. That's not going to help the situation. But again, like, has he played a full season? Has he ever played 16 games? I see him coming to Philly. If the Eagles did pick him up, because he has some type of nagging injury, and hopefully he might play the one game, and then he'll be out like 2 or 3 games.
Shady.
I think they said he averaged like 1,600 scrimmage yards over the past 2 years.
Shady is one of the most durable backs. He does have injuries from time to time, but he's one of the most durable backs in the league, period. And I believe he's in the top 20 of rushing all time. He's the Eagles all-time leading rusher in 7 seasons? 6 seasons, I believe. He's the Eagles all-time leading rusher, but I believe he's in the top 20 NFL all-time rushers. I'm a big Shady fan, so my thing is we're hurting that running back. I hear Wood's points and they're valid points. Does he make us a better team? And that's the only thing I'm looking for. Any player we sign right now, my thing is, do they make us a better team? So I think Shady does, but Howie Roseman, man, he's turned water to wine. He's done it last year. I think I think he's got to start making some things happen if he can make some things happen. I don't know if he spent too much time patting himself on the back last year. I'm not sure what's going on, but
Amir Abdullah from the Lions, he's 25. Mike Davis from the Seahawks, he's 25. Prez Newsome from the Chargers, he's 24. So these are some names that are floating around. And McCoy is 30. I mean, that's also, you got to factor in his age.
But I think you just have McCoy for 2 years and then he's done.
Yeah, and what I like.
Put him after this year.
And even if
bring him back after this.
Even if it's this year or next year, what I do like about Shady, and we ain't gonna stay on Shady too long, but what I do like about Shady's a good runner. He knows the system. He knows how to pick up blitz, and he's a threat out of the backfield. And I think right now that's what the Eagles need. I honestly, I think Shady brings everything you need from a running back position. So
And you know Howie's making moves because they just restructured Cox's deal. So they making some type of moves out there. He's bringing in somebody.
Howie's going to bring in somebody who.
I think they just freed up like $11 million for next year, whatever it was for this year off the Cox deal. So
Right.
somebody's coming in there. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
But I think like you have to be in the win now mentality though, while Wentz is still on his rookie deal. Because once he gets paid that big money, I don't think it's gonna look too good for the Eagles, man. But you know the way they signing them the max deals and all that stuff, man.
Yeah.
It just depletes your team in football. This ain't basketball where you can have like two max deals and then you have a couple other boys. Yeah, it just don't work like that in football.
Yeah. My biggest fear is, even if it's not this year, I think with Wentz, Ertz, Cox, I think those are core centerpieces, along with Peterson, who's a little questionable this year, and Schwartz. I mean, you know, it's funny how from one year to the next, you can look at somebody like they're a genius, and then you can look at them like maybe they're an idiot. Because I don't know what Schwartz like. You know,
challenge that for some reason he felt the need to challenge that. Remember that one play? Yeah, everybody was going crazy. Why would you challenge that?
Why would you?
That has to be the guys
Upstairs
that told him to challenge it. It couldn't have been Peterson because there's no way he saw that play.
Of course not. But I'm sorry. Unfortunately, he's going to get the ridicule.
No, exactly. But I think it was the guys upstairs and the crowd. But Peterson, as a head coach, can't throw that flag right there. It's not even a big. It was a pivotal point of the game, but he's not going to. Even if he wins the challenge, But he can't challenge that play. That was a catch. But I was so much talking about Schwartz. With Jalen Mills getting beat consistently, I mean it's almost a joke. I don't. You would think Schwartz. I don't. Do you notice that Schwartz? And I know I'm gonna ask McCline about this because McCline, how do you feel about Schwartz and his scheme? I know it's the players. I know Mills. I know Rome. I don't even want to get Rome started because he might come through my screen right now. So I'm a back up. I'm a back off of Rome right now. But I mean, do you think Schwartz would try something different? Maybe you never see the Eagles cornerbacks come up and give bump these guys, try to slow them up, stop the time, and you know what I mean. You never see nothing. And I know Schwartz plays that zone, that back. He gives them, but I mean, opponents can always get them underneath passes. It's like, you know what I mean? They can always get those underneath passes. And then if they decide to go deep, Jalen Mills is beat with a simple move. I mean, all the guy has to do is turn his head. He doesn't even have to make a move and he's beat. But how do you feel about Schwartz? I mean, he's like a genius last year, and now he's like, you're questioning him.
Yeah, they just know they got this kind of like they asked Jalen Mills, is he froggy? They throw that short pass because he's giving them the space, like you just said. You broke it down, and they'll throw that short pass 3-4 times. He's going to bite for the pump fake and go deep, the double move at that point because of the way he plays. I mean, he's not that fast. Right. So and if they call him, that's why he's always getting the holds and the pushing. He's not that fast out there. They need to make a switch. And I supported the guy. I think I was a little nostalgic because of the championship, the Green Goblin. Right. But Slimer got to get down. He's a Ghostbuster. He's out of there. Right. He's got to go. He's not the Green Goblin. He's Slimer, man.
Right. Yeah. Him.
I know Schwartz's defense. I'm gonna get off. I'm not even gonna go in on the ball, but Schwartz. I feel like that he's overthinking, doing a lot of overthinking. He has to. If he's gonna play those players, play a different way. Or make a change because his front four aren't getting the pressure. They're just not getting it done.
What about some exactly, McCline? What about some bumper run? Like, bump these guys, bump the receivers, and when they blitz, are they blitzing the right players? It seems like Darby's coming in. He's always a step slower. I don't know who the hell they bring off the blitz. Like, nobody gets there. Cox is the first one there, even on the blitz. It's like, who's getting there? You see the blitz when they blitz. What was that in the third quarter? Something they blitzed. It took all day. It was like, what the hell are they doing? Like, you know what I mean? So, like, I don't know what's going on. It's KYP. You got to know your personnel.
So when he does it, I guess his schemes don't look that good because he's always blitzing the corner from the opposite side, but it's never Mills blitzing, so they go right to Mills. When you read the blitz, they don't even go. They go to his side because he's giving the space. He's not bumping run. I mean, yeah, it's just sad, man. But they just got us on our toes, and I think his whole deal, even when he was in Detroit, when he had Sue in them, the front four was dominant. They're still good against the run.
Right.
But now teams aren't even trying to run.
Right.
Like, you can have it.
Right.
Just 4 yards.
Definitely.
Definitely.
All right, fellas, man. Obviously, man, we're 2-3 right now. Again, we haven't played a divisional game. I think it's only been one divisional game within our whole division. I think Dallas played. Was it Dallas against the Giants?
Something like that. What wasn't us?
I think it was Dallas.
I think it was Dallas Giants. So that's only been the one divisional game.
It's kind of crazy that we're this far into the season. The Eagles haven't played one divisional game.
Right,
but guess what? Two more days and we got one.
Right.
We got a short week. Eagles football right around the corner.
Right. Not just us though. The entire division. I think we've only had one divisional game within the whole division. I think that was the Giants and Dallas. But we'll double check that.
They're saving it for later on, like when they know
For the drama,
Yeah, exactly. Near the end of the season, November, December football.
Right. So there's a silver lining if we can. I don't know. 9-7 may win this division. 8-8. We a couple years ago, I think, who got in at 8-8? Was it Carolina or no? The Broncos, I think, got in at 8-8, and Carolina got in.
I remember that one year Carolina got in like at 7-8-1.
7-8-1, exactly. Was 7-8-1. So this is one of those. There's and even if we get in like that, do we make it out the first round? Who knows? But
Never know. The Giants won the Super Bowl in 9-7.
Seattle got in at 7-9.
Yeah, there you go,
That was the
G.
year they beat the Saints.
Right.
I mean, if you get a home game, the Eagles might win it.
Eagles might win it, and
If you win your division, you get a home game.
you get a home game, right. And
I
we
don't care if they were 6-10.
right,
I
and
mean, that ain't gonna happen, but
yeah, and the Giants. We can't forget about the Giants those years when they got in and won those Super Bowls, Eli. So but yeah, we gonna move on, man. We play the Giants this Thursday. Giants obviously have a good running back, the phenom out of Penn State.
That's about all they got.
So, Barkley, and they got Odell, of course, who typically
Mills up.
he-
Mills up. Come on, man.
if you got
can't cover a bed. I mean,
We can't cover average receiver.
right, so if you got to give an advantage there, you're gonna give it to Odell against Mills. So how do you guys see this game playing out? Who do you think wins? Why? Why do they win? And what can this? Obviously, this is a divisional game. What do you guys see? And how can this game? How does this game play out within a division? And what does it mean to us being a divisional game? But how do you guys see this game playing out?
Go ahead, Wood.
Let me jump in. I was thinking about it. I was thinking about Mills, and I remember one of the analysts said something very interesting during the game where, I believe it 100%, is that defense, offenses smell blood like blood in the water, like sharks smell blood in the attack, where they see Mills is struggling, so they say, hey, you throw the ball in his direction. You keep throwing to that receiver. Whoever Mills is covering, you throw it to him, because Mills is trying so hard to make a play and try to make up for all his errors. He's overextending himself, so he's more liable to make a mistake, and he has been. So they're probably going to do that again. They're going to try to put matchups where Odell Beckham Jr. is going to be. They're going to make sure that Jalen Mills is in his area to try to cover him. So I can definitely see that. And, I feel bad for him, you know what I'm saying? But he's a professional, and I think he will find his way out of that slump. Like, all good players get in slumps. And, I wouldn't be surprised if this Thursday night he comes up with 2 big interceptions and one for a touchdown.
Hey, Wood, I love it, baby. I love it, man, because, I feel bad for him, too, and I think he's out there trying his best. He's played some good receivers. As a cornerback, you're going to get beat from time to time. Obviously, he's been getting beat pretty bad, but, that happens.
Yeah, even Deion Sanders was the greatest cornerback of all time as far as I'm concerned. He even had times where wide receivers, outshined him. But what makes a really good cornerback or make a good player is how they fight through adversity.
Right,
and,
right.
Mills is at a tipping point. So is he going to be that player that's going to take that adversity and wear it and fight through it, or is he going to succumb under pressure? Hopefully, it's the former as opposed to the latter. One of the things I'm looking for Thursday night is execution, the basics. Woody's just going to give you the basics. From a fan's perspective, I'm looking for little to no penalties. I know I'm asking a lot if I say 0 penalties. I know that's like asking for the world. That's like asking for world peace. It's probably not going to happen. But I'm looking for just don't give me a 3rd and 52. Okay? Don't give me penalties where we get a 30-yard pass play to Jordan Matthews. Oh man, that was an amazing throw. Oh, penalty flag on the field. It's coming back. Holding, Lane Johnson. Don't give me that type of stuff. Please, don't get me all hyped. Me and my wife and getting the kids ready for bed, and we getting all excited. Oh yes, the Eagles did something. All of a sudden, and penalty on the field. Holding Jason Peters. Or, you know what I'm saying?
So
roughing the passer, or we get a big defensive play where we stop him on 3rd down, but all of a sudden it's coming back because we got a roughing the passer play.
So
that's the worst this year.
Yeah, definitely. So your number one concern is for this upcoming game is penalties.
Minimize the mistakes. Do not shoot yourself in the foot.
Definitely.
Because that roughing the passer play, that's out to get you. That's like cheating. That's like if you're playing a video game, it's like a glitch in the game. Now you gotta watch out for that glitch because that glitch is gonna mess you up. That right now the NFL needs to sort out that glitch because it's messing up the game. People don't want to play it because nobody wants to tackle the quarterback now, and that's not how the game should be played. And they need to rectify that. And unfortunately, I knew it was a matter of time. We got bit by that bug this past Sunday. It was a crucial play.
Yeah.
And it got called back because we some roughing the passer play. He had him by the legs, and he didn't even do anything.
Talk about that word because I'm gonna go into it if you don't finish.
That made me so mad. I don't know. I knew that because Clay Matthews was getting hit with that like 2 consecutive weeks, and he was livid.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself, man, that's just only a matter of time before that happens to the Eagles. And guess what? It did.
Yeah. Forget about Clay Matthews though, but the hell with Clay Matthews. But no, good stuff, Wood, because that was a horrible call. But not only that, is anybody noticing that Carson takes a lot of hits? He gets stoned. It seems like the hits he's taking, other quarterbacks get the call for. And Carson's not getting anything. I remember what was that game where Pittsburgh played? Who did they play? Was that a Sunday night game or a Monday night game where they played Tampa Bay? It was Tampa Bay and Pittsburgh. Remember? Deshaun Jackson, Tampa Bay. It was the Fitzmagic around that time, and they played Pittsburgh. And it was like 6 or 7. It was the most rough and passing calls in like a game. Period. Everything. I mean, you touched the quarterback. You looked at him wrong. It was a penalty. You know what I mean? Carson is getting hit after plays, and they're not calling nothing. You know what I mean? And then obviously we get the call, which to me was a horrible call. I don't know if they got to go to the booth and look at these things after. I don't know what's the answer to these, but that was a horrible call. And not
pretty soon you're gonna be putting like flags on them, like it's gonna be flag football pretty soon. Like everybody else can get tackled, but not the quarterback.
Yeah,
gotta grab that flag off of his waist.
I'm gonna let you guys jump back in, but that was a big play. Not to revert back to the Vikings because we're talking about the Giants right now, but that was a play that took them out of, you know what I mean. It would have been a sack for us, took them potentially to field goal position, and you know the guy already missed too, so you know, and obviously gave him 1st and 10, and they scored the touchdown. So that was a big play. But I don't want to make any excuses for the Eagles, but you know that was a horrible call. But anybody else jump in, man? Tell me what y'all think about this upcoming game on Thursday.
I think the Eagles are going to take it, but I think it's going to be a rough one. It can go either way. Two struggling teams right now. I just feel like the Eagles, we could probably score more than the Giants, and that's not saying much because we could barely put up 20. The Giants aren't putting up a lot of points. Hopefully, if we can dominate, if not even dominate, if we can hold Saquon in check, hopefully you can shade 2 over Odell, and we don't get beat in the middle of the field. Michael Jenkins, like you said, been playing better. Hopefully, Corey Grant or whoever they decide to put out there as safety, you know, they can cover the middle of the field, because if they're going to shade 2 over Odell, which would be wise, you'd be a fool not to, you know, then we got to see how the middle of our defense. But I think if our defense plays very well, we should eke out this win. I think if the defense, our offense is pretty solid, you know. They move the ball. Hopefully we can start getting 7 instead of 3. That'll be the goal. This 7 instead of 3. We probably will.
JD,
That should be the mantra: 7 instead of 3.
right. JD, let me hear what you got, JD, man. Thursday night, Eagles against the Giants, man. Divisional game, man. Talk to me.
Thursday night, man. I'm glad. I got the Eagles on Thursday night football. I haven't watched much of Thursday night football this year. What was last game? Patriots Colts. I ain't even turned that one on, fellas.
It's Thursday.
No way I was watching that garbage.
Thursday night is on Fox this year, right?
Yeah, it's on Fox.
Right.
Yeah. All right. So the Giants' O-line is just horrendous. We should get pressure with the front 4. My question is the corners against Odell and Shepard is good too for them.
The tight end, right?
No, that tight end, the good tight end is hurt. So we ain't got to worry about that.
Okay, yeah, because they got a solid
center. Second receiver,
Shepard. Right, he's decent.
So watch him. And Barkley out of the backfield, just like Mike was saying. Take him out. I don't think you could take that dude out the game, though. That boy ain't no joke, man.
No, definitely.
Just watching him, like I watched that game Sunday, man. He seems to always make the first man miss, but their O line is so bad. Remember how Barry was, and the O line was so bad he always had to make like 2 misses in the backfield.
Mm-hmm.
That's how Barkley is. So
because Barry Sanders is always known to get caught behind the line. Like he has a lot of, minus. Yeah,
I think he has the most negative rush plays of all time or something.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
I think we just got to take care of the penalties, man. You know, the pre-snap penalties, legal formation, false starts. I think Peters had 2 false starts last game. I don't get it, but I just don't get it.
Yeah.
And then ideas are good on the road. But I expect the Eagles. Man, I hope the Eagles pull this out. I'm going for the Eagles this game.
Yeah.
I can't go against my boys 2 weeks in a row.
Right.
I know the listeners will be on me, man. They might get me off the show.
Right.
Everybody voted for the midgets to beat them. So
Right.
I can't do that. But I think we got a good chance, fellas.
Yeah.
I think we got this one.
I think so too, and it's a road game, but obviously it's in East Rutherford, New Jersey, and the Phillies fans travel, so we'll have a good supporting cast up there too as well. So it won't be an overwhelming away game. We'll have some support up there. Gang Green, we travel well, so yeah, I like the Eagles this game too as well, and I would like the Eagles just to play a clean game, like you guys already mentioned. This is just touching on what you guys said. Clean up the penalties. Let me see a clean offensive game. Let me see good pass ratio. Let me see run to pass balance. And let me just see some solid D. You don't have to be stellar. You don't have to be the number one defense in the league. But, play like you out there, trying to get a stop. Get somebody off for third down. I don't want to see no 3rd and 14 and the other team converting it. That shouldn't happen. It shouldn't happen consistently. And it's been happening, and we can't get off the field.
Yeah, they would convert on 3rd and long.
Yeah, because
we got this. And all of a sudden, how do they convert that?
Right. Consistently, and we lucky. We're lucky. Wentz got us the Indianapolis game, where we be in real trouble. But I think the Eagles will take care of business. The Giants. The Giants are what? 1-3, 1-4.
Yeah, they only won one.
1-4, and they obviously, but they played Carolina tough, and if it wasn't for a 63-yarder, they win that game. So if my aunt had, she'd be my uncle. So we can't go with ifs, but But listen, man, let's go to our pick six. Yeah.
Can I drop one?
Go ahead. You ain't even gotta ask.
It was just like what was talking about.
Go ahead, JD.
67% of the time they're passing, man. We got to change that this game. Hopefully it's ground and pound, man.
Yeah, ground and pound. I like the old days when they ran on 1st and 2nd down and maybe threw on 3rd.
Who?
I was like, that's good old days.
Who?
Yeah, the Deuce Staley days.
Yeah, with her.
Who runs though right now with Ajayi out and Clemens kind of so?
Oh, no, man, yeah. It's going to be rough. But I got one more thing, man. Should we have traded Torrey Smith, man? I mean, even though nobody liked him and he dropped passes, but still, man. I mean, we could actually use that guy right now, man.
I
don't know Torrey Smith or Jordan Matthews.
We traded him for a cornerback who we cut because he got a DUI.
How about that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then his replacement, Mike Wallace, is gone on IR.
Is Torrey Smith playing now, or is he
he plays with Carolina.
Carolina, yeah. He gets you in the field.
Oh,
He
wow.
gets on the field. That's all we need.
Yeah.
We just need somebody on the field, man.
yeah, cause
That's something, man.
Yeah, I would definitely. And I talk bad about Torrey Smith. I was calling him Troy Smith. I didn't give him any respect. And I would take Torrey. I'm gonna give him all the respect in the world now, Mr. Smith. I'd rather have you back as opposed to Jordan Matthews. That's for sure.
cause Jordan. Let me tell you, Jordan Matthews isn't the answer. He isn't the answer. My thing, I throw Gibson out there. Just get young and get somebody who at least.
Can my man Carter get some love? He's doing all right.
I was gonna say Gibson and Carter. Aguilar does what he can do, I guess, and I like Ag. I think we all probably expected a little more from him, but get those young guys out there, man. Sometimes you just gotta go young, man, and get some young blood out there. Jordan Matthews, let me tell you something, man. I've been watching football.
He's not, man, and we're in trouble because Aguilar can't play outside.
He can't.
Matthews can't play outside. So you can't have them both on the field at the same time.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
And I thought Aguilar had a breakout.
Yeah.
Aguilar's a disappointment this year.
Yeah, last year I thought it was a breakout.
Went back to 2015 and 2016.
Right.
Aguilar.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Step back. Because last year maybe he was playing above his means.
Yeah, man.
It's looking more pedestrian.
Exactly. And the last I heard about Jordan Matthews, man, somebody tossed him his hotel keys and he dropped them, man. So, I don't trust this guy as far as I could throw him, man. He's disappointing, man. But let's let's go into our pick six, man. We Broad Street 4
Broad
for 4.
Street 4 for 4. Pick 6.
As y'all know, man, Broad Street 4 for 4, man. Every week we take 6 games out the NFL schedule, man. We pick 6 games and we find out who the winners are. We all pick our winners and we battle each other and we go week to week and we let y'all know who's the winners, who's leading so far in the season, and we ask y'all to join, man. Again, Facebook, Instagram, Podbeam, iTunes. We post the 6 games that we're going to pick every week. Y'all guys could pick y'all 6 games and we'll incorporate it on the show, man. But we're going to get right into it. Wood, JD, whoever picks the games, let them know the games.
Let me do the recap and then I'm gonna flip it to you, Ron.
My man, sorry.
Right, cool. So the results from week 5. We got Chris Colazzo still leading overall at 18-11-1. We got Jerome coming in, tied with Mike. Jerome and Mike at second, 16-13-1. And unfortunately, I am in the back, eating everybody's dust, 14-15-1. It was an excellent week by Jerome Dooley, 5-1. The only one, the only one he didn't get was the Dallas and Houston game. Right. He almost went undefeated. That was an excellent week by Jerome. Hats off to you.
Good. Hats off to JD for going 5-1, but he gets what he deserves for going with the Cowboys. So I can't empathize or sympathize or anything with him. But hats off to JD.
Chris and Mike at 4-2, and me just a win.
Hey, that whole game, I was like, I hope Dallas loses.
Well,
the Eagles lost. I was like.
Listen, I seen a picture not too long ago with me, you, Drew, and my sister. We were on the steps. We couldn't have been but 3, 4, 5 years old. I don't know how it is. So I'm just taking you back to how far we go back. I remember me and Rome used to play one-on-one football in this grass. So I know Rome's thinking, and why he picked Dallas, I don't know. But congratulations, kudos, 5-1, but he deserves the one. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm back in the race. That's all I needed. I had to get away from Wood, man. He was down in that cellar by himself.
Right.
Yeah, right. I'm scared because the Michael Myers Halloween movie's about to come out.
He can go mess with that flicker team, that black and white flicker.
Don't leave me down here, man.
I'm cool.
Oh, we got a black
Halloween's right around the corner.
Halloween and a black and white TV. That's a dangerous combination. I'd be shivering myself. So hopefully we can do something about that. So go through the games this week and hopefully we'll come up, man.
All right, we got Philly at the Giants, man. Meadowlands. This Thursday. Go ahead, Chris.
Do I go first because I'm in the lead, or we just kind of?
Usually it's Wood, Mike, and then you, I believe.
No.
You could jump in and go.
I wasn't.
Switch it up this week.
Yeah, I wasn't saying it to rub in. I think normally I do go in, but I think I just go in by. I didn't know if it was official or unofficial. That was my main concern.
Rome always leads. Rome saying you go first then.
No, yeah, I go first, but for my from my memory, I normally go first regardless. But I'm in the lead. I'll take the pressure. I'll take the heat. I'm going Eagles though. Eagles at home. Eagles against the Giants. Not at home, but Eagles all day against the Giants. We gotta win. If we lose, I don't know what this season amounts to. So we gotta win.
Oh, it's a gotta win. This is a must-win game. No doubt about it.
Yeah. So
I don't know if it's must win.
I don't think it's must win. I don't think it's
all the division games, man. We got
The division is horrible, so I don't know if it's a must
This is our first game in the division, but and it's only been one other game in the division, but I can see both sides. I can see a must win and a non must win. I can see an argument on both sides, but I think we should win it, and we have to win it. So I'm Eagles.
Wood,
Eagles.
McClellan.
I got the Birds beating up the Blue Midgets. Birds going up there, we gonna beat them up.
That's what I'm talking
I
about.
gotta go, Bird. We need to win, and we gotta win one on the road, man. You gotta go with the odds. We've been losing on the road, so just like we took the L at home, we've been winning at home. I think we're gonna switch it up this week. Backs against the wall, Michael Jackson. We getting off the wall.
I wonder what the line is on this game. We probably still favorite. We're probably still favorite. Probably -3, but
Yeah, we were -3
Minus
early.
3, yeah.
I think the over-under was like 44.5 or something.
Yeah, I wouldn't even go with the over/under right now the way these guys are playing, but
I think they go over.
yeah,
That's love. That's love.
That's only 22 apiece.
yeah, the way these.
I'm going over.
Yeah.
But I got the Eagles winning this. I got the Birds. I don't think they dropped 2 in a row. I don't see that happening.
Hey, Ron, real quick, I know you was big on the Giants, and they went 36 games without scoring 30 or something like.
Scoring 30, they finally broke that streak last week. They dropped 30.
Right, but it to no avail because they lost. So
Exactly.
right, so who the hell cares? Okay.
I think they could come back to reality if they get under 30 this week.
Exactly my whole point of why I brought it up.
They only dropped 13 on us.
Yeah, and I look.
Eagles big.
I want.
3 to 13.
I want to see a big win. That was the whole reason of me bringing that up. So I want to see a big win.
Yeah, I think Peterson gets back on track with his play calling, man. Gets a little creative this week.
And some
Come out first drive, finally put some points up.
And
Finally put 7 on the board.
and some
Like the way that sounds.
yeah, and some confidence.
6 + 1.
Alright, y'all ready to go to the second game?
Yes, sir.
Alright, we got Carolina at Washington.
Carolina at Washington. I don't care that the Skins, or I don't care that the Skins are home. I'm going Carolina right now. Carolina, man, they almost like every other year. Right now, it seems to be one of their own years. But Peterson done for the year. Alex Smith is all they have, and he hasn't done too much. So Carolina.
What?
Panthers.
Is that just because you hate the Skins, or you really think Carolina?
I don't necessarily hate Washington especially as much as I hate Dallas. Washington let me down last week, so that's the reason why I'm picking Carolina. And plus, Carolina's at home, and it just seems like Carolina's a better team.
You know, for me, I always hated the Giants more than I hated Dallas.
This what I wanted.
Maybe it's because of the Philly, New York thing.
Philly, New York. No,
hated the Giants.
that's interesting. Real quick, before we get everybody else's pick, let's go down a list. Who do you guys hate in the division worse? Go down the list real quick, team by team.
Dallas. I hate Dallas the most.
Then who?
Then it would be New York, then Washington.
Wrong.
And then back when the Cardinals were there, Cardinals were last.
Yeah, but now.
The Cardinals.
I think for me it's the Giants, then the Cowboys, and
Why?
the Skins.
Okay. Who you got, McCline? Who?
I got Dallas. I actually hated the Redskins more than I hated New York. I used to like the Giants back with Joe Morrison and back.
Right.
I always thought they were our team. I would follow them, but I never wanted them,
Yeah.
To beat the
to beat the Eagles. I'm the same way, man. It's Dallas and then Giants and the Skins. You guys pretty much. I was a Joe Mars fan and I'm a big LT. LT's one of my favorite players all time, even though in the division. But Bill Parcells as well. So, but yeah.
I'm gonna tell you why it wasn't Dallas, because in the late '80s Dallas was whack. So it didn't matter when we were little kids. Like, Dallas wasn't a factor until we became teenagers.
Yeah.
That's why I never really cared about Dallas. It was like the Giants and the Skins were the two good teams in the division.
Yeah.
But Dallas was 1-15 that one year. Why the hell would you care about Dallas?
Right, before they got Walker, but we didn't do anything we were supposed to do, so I wasn't overly concerned about the other teams. I just always, Dallas.
But you didn't care about, like, that.
Yeah, it was always the Giants and Redskins.
You didn't care about like, you didn't hate Dallas in the 80s.
Yeah.
Because the Dallas wasn't good.
Right, no, valid point.
I get the 90s ones, like, you
Yeah, Emmett and Aikman and all that. Yeah. All right, next.
Yeah, we got a little too crazy. All right, McCline, who you got? Carolina, Washington, or did you choose already?
No, I didn't choose, but I'm going with the Skins. Upset. Going with the Skins. Skins play good every other game. They got an old running back. Running back that has something left in the tank. Skins pulling off road upset.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm right with you. I don't see Cam pulling off the upset. I don't think Carolina's really that good. I got Alex Smith on a bounce back game.
Hey, listen, real quick, man. There's certain teams that I don't feel good about going with at all, man. Carolina, teams like Atlanta. It's certain teams I don't feel like, but I got to pick somebody this week. I'm still going Carolina, but I can see the reasoning. So, but go ahead, fellas.
All right, we got Jacksonville at Dallas. I think we're all unanimous on this one, but for the formalities, let's just go with it. Chris.
I think I touched on it last week. Dak. This guy, rookie season, had an okay year. He handed the ball off to Ezekiel. He threw to the Hall of Famer Witten and the playmaker, Des Bryant. Say what you want, but the guy made plays. His second year, I guess he was average, but he definitely, took a step back. And this year, Dak can't win games. They just lost to Houston. What was it? 13-9. I don't. Who the hell even knows the score? But Dak just can't get it done. What was the game? I'm Dallas losers. Whoever the hell they're playing, I don't know. Jacksonville. Okay, I'm Jacksonville. I wouldn't care if they were playing the Bad News Bears. I'm the Dallas losing.
Barcelona Dragons.
Yeah, the Barcelona. Yeah, the Wisconsin Witches. I don't. Whoever. Dallas losers against Jacksonville. To make it official.
Bud, your choice.
The Jaguars.
You going to elaborate, or you just good?
Yeah, Jacksonville Jaguars. I hate Dallas.
Okay.
Jags. Jags rolling.
Yeah, me too. Even though I think Bortles is a joke of a quarterback, but I just gotta go with the Jags because of the D.
I'm 50-50 with Bortles, but I understand it.
I'm about 199. Go ahead. Next game is Pittsburgh at Cincy.
This is the tough game. I almost want to go last because I don't want nobody piggybacking off of my pick. But you know what? I like Marvin Lewis. Those Hard Knock. Remember the Hard Knock when Cincinnati? I think they got it 2 years in a row. Am I right?
Yeah, I never watched it.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah. They had it 2 years in a row. I remember.
It's real insightful, man. It just shows you how big the NFL is. Like the mayor used to come over to Marvin Lewis' house. I mean, the NFL and teams affect the cities in so many ways. But Marvin Lewis, he's been there. He's one of the longest tenured coaches in the league. I don't think he's going to get it done. They're having a good year right now. But it's something about Pittsburgh, and that defense is a joke. I don't know if it's that 3-4 thing that Dick LeBeau had on. I don't know if that's played out in the '70s or what's going on. But they need to change that because it's a joke. I don't know what's going on. Those linebackers, 91. I think 51 is the only player they got, but I may talk too much, but I'm going Pittsburgh. I'm going Pittsburgh over Cincinnati. I don't know about Cincinnati. They're going to get some wins this year, but they're not the real deal. Pittsburgh won't be this year neither, but I'm going Pittsburgh this game.
All right, well, tough match.
I feel like this is a game that I'm going to regret because I'm picking the Bengals, but I got a feeling that Pittsburgh will win. Pittsburgh is my favorite team in the AFC. But I try to stay home.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm going with the Bengals though.
Whoa.
Yeah, Bengals is not a bad pick though.
They're home. I feel like they're home, and it's a division rivalry kind of thing. I think the home team might pull it out. That's the only reason why I'm picking the Bengals.
Bengals is not a bad pick.
Okay, Mike.
I'm going with the Steelers. I'm going with the Steelers this week.
Go with the curtain.
Yeah, see what happens. I don't know if they steal the curtain.
Exactly.
But Cincinnati is formidable. I usually go with the home team on these division games, But I feel like Pittsburgh, they always usually come around. They got a good coach. They band together, so we'll see. Bring Cincinnati hard.
And Big Ben. I just don't like Dalton over there. I think he was anointed too early. He's average. But go ahead, Ron.
Yeah, I'm up in the air. I want to say Pittsburgh, but
That's a coin toss.
all these, I'm going Cincinnati. Man.
Flip the coin.
With it. Cincinnati's having a damn good year so far. Pittsburgh's having an up and down year, man.
Exactly. You can flip a coin in this game. I wouldn't care. I really wouldn't. If you flip the coin heads or tails, I wouldn't care who I came out with, to be honest
You got Montez Perfect. He might be out there hurting Antonio Brown or something. Big I could definitely want to watch that. I got all these clowns at work as Pittsburgh fans. So I would love to see the Steelers go down in this one.
Hey, listen, real quick. I don't want to upset any Steelers fans, but if you
I
really,
would upset you, bud.
no,
I ain't crazy about him like that.
you know my brother and y'all know Chuck from Yerke Street. Like he was a big Pittsburgh fan, and a lot of people from Philadelphia because we look at them as the second team in Pennsylvania. But if you go out there, it's no love. It's no love for Philadelphia.
It's not reciprocal.
It's not that the love we have for them is not reciprocated, and I don't want to say I despise the Steelers because of it, because I like Tomlin, and they got Brown, okay, but Ben Roethlisberger, besides he's kind of crazy off the
I
field.
don't like him off the field.
Yeah, but I mean, I want to like them, but their fans don't like Philly, so we ain't gonna get into that. But I'll go Big Ben over Dalton.
Okay. All right. I'm like that too. I don't really trust Dalton, but I'm gonna go with Cincinnati. I think they split this year. Pittsburgh's not that good on the road.
Yeah.
That's why I'm going with Cincy. If it was flipped and Pittsburgh was home, I'd be riding with Pittsburgh.
The Pittsburgh's defense is horrendous. My last thing.
Yeah, they're pretty bad.
Yeah.
All right, let's go with the LA Rams at Denver.
I gotta take the Rams. No more. You know what? Rams are going to lose a game that you don't expect them to lose. It's going to be a team.
This one right here. Von Miller could get nasty out there, man.
Exactly. And really, I think if who didn't play, they played Seattle last week, and Earl Thomas. Remember, I mentioned Earl Thomas and him not being there. He could be a difference maker. I really think if Earl Thomas played last week. They probably get the Rams, but that was last week. We're talking about this week. But you know what? It's hard to go against the Rams. You can almost go with the Rams every week. I'm going to Rams.
That's what I'm doing. I'm going with the Rams. I was thinking about the Hard Knock Life. The Rams had a Hard Knock Life season when they were making the transition to from St. Louis to LA, and I saw you get insight on the team and that quarterback that they have, Joff. I'm probably not pronouncing his name right.
Goff. Yeah.
Yeah, that was his rookie year, and it was really insightful and just seeing how they interact and going through training camp and all that. Hard Knocks is one of my favorite shows, but yeah, LA Rams just look magnificent. They're like the 90s 49ers mixed in with the early 2000 Rams and sprinkled with a little bit of the 98 Vikings. Like, they're just explosive offensively. Like, they can't lose one. They don't miss a beat on offense. And, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm probably gonna pick them every week. So.
Right. Their defense is questionable because they have to outscore. They're outscoring teams. They're high scoring games every. They're going to lose. They're going to come up short one of these weeks and possibly the playoffs. But go ahead. My fault, fellas.
McCline.
I'm the odd man out this week. I got Denver at home. Big upset.
I like the pick. I wouldn't be mad if you won.
Yeah, just because it's just to be a little different, but at the same time, I feel like Denver has the home. They have one of those home field advantages where they can pull off. Might be the only win they get against a team over 500 all year, but it just might be. So we'll see.
Yeah,
but it's a long shot. It's something you play in super highs in Vegas.
Yeah, but Denver, I think they're even this year. They're not. What are they? 2-2, I think, or I'm not sure what Denver is.
I don't know what their record. I think they're around there.
Yeah, they're somewhere around there. Did you pick wrong?
I think they're 2-3.
2-3, yeah. But I mean,
So I didn't pick yet. I'm going with the Rams. But I do see. I was kind of leery. I was like, Denver could pull up this upset.
Mm-hmm.
And the altitude and everything, man. And this is a type of game Denver will pull off.
Right.
But yeah, I'm gonna just ride with the Rams with the scoring. I don't think Keenum puts up many points in this game. That was my thing. Case Keenum. How many points is he gonna put up for Denver?
Right.
That's the only reason. I think the Rams. I don't think anybody can really slow them down too much.
Right.
I think they still score around 24 against a good solid defense.
Right.
I don't think Keenum could get Denver to 24. So that's my rationale on that one.
I got you. Let me ask y'all this. Out of the home field advantages, let me see. Let me use Denver. I guess I go Arrowhead and Seattle. Who do you think has I probably go Denver. Who do you guys think has the real home? Just because of the altitude, I go Denver. Who do you think has the more the better home field advantage if we use those three teams or any team? But I'm just throwing those teams out.
Hey, read one more time, Chris.
I said Denver, Seattle, and obviously Seattle's fell off somewhat, but Seattle and Denver, Seattle, and Kansas City.
Kansas City, you said.
Right.
Oh, you going old AFC West teams, man.
Other than Seattle.
Seattle used to be old AFC West.
AFC West. Steve Largent, yeah.
And my man, what was it, John L. Williams?
Kurt Warner.
With Dave Craig, right?
Dave Craig. Yeah.
That was in the Kingdom, though. That wasn't the 12-man joke.
Right.
They got the 12th man.
I'm going with Mile High Stadium because it's logistically speaking, like how high it is. Like the teams that come in here, they're not used to that.
No, definitely.
So that's a perfect example of home field advantage.
Definitely.
So yeah, you got to go with Mile High.
Definitely.
Yeah, I go Mile High also.
Yeah, definitely.
My Arrowhead is tough, man.
Yeah.
You got teams that don't play there 2 times a year. You got a team coming in like the Eagles went there. They be like, oh my God, I can't breathe.
All right.
Like, late in the fourth quarter, you got the dudes on the sideline, like gasping for reaching for oxygen tanks, fighting over oxygen tanks.
So this guy.
All right. Is that all the picks?
No, we got the last game. Kansas City at New England.
This is tough, man. This is tough. This is a game I want to see just as an NFL fan, man. Do I want Kansas City to win? Yes, because I'm biased towards Andy Reid, but I think this is going to be a good game. I think this is going to be a somewhat of a litmus test for both teams, for New England and KC. But I'm going KC, man. But I'm just as a fan, man. I'm looking forward to the game. Outside of the Eagles, obvious, man. This is the game I'm looking forward to seeing Sunday night too. But I'm going KC.
All right, Mr. Woodruff, who you got?
Oh, I'm going with the NFL power rankings. So that's an easy one, man. The Chiefs are it's between the Chiefs and the Rams. They're the 2 best teams in the league right now. And Eagles are thinking for number 14. I think this is a Sports Center power rank, like ESPN power rankings. But anyway, so I was very happy to see that Eagles aren't too far down. I think like the 49ers or somebody were like down at the bottom. But anyway, yeah, I'm going with the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, Tom Brady, it kind of doesn't matter, but you know.
McCline.
I'm going with Big Red. Big Red rolling in there.
I guarantee you, Rome's going to Patriots.
I'm going Evil Empire, man. I'm going Evil Empire, New England.
I already knew it. This is the same thing that happened last week.
I don't trust Andy Reid in big games, man. I've seen enough of Big Red in big games. I've lived it for how many years was a year? 12?
13, yeah.
And he choked in every big game.
This isn't a...
Regular season, though.
This is regular season, though. I knew once...
I wouldn't be surprised if he pulled this off, but I'm going New England.
Once Mike and Wood went KC, I knew Rome was going New England. They'd probably...
Well, I told you my pick before we even started.
I think, yeah, you did, but I think I mentioned it before you even said it too. But it's all right. You know what?
Yeah, all right.
We'll have to. We'll double check. I don't know. You know, I was staying with who I'm staying with. Yeah, I mean, Rome's going where he's going with. I'm going with who I'm going with. But
Kraft is definitely.
And I knew y'all would all go with Andy Reid on that one.
Yeah, you know what?
I knew it. As soon as I picked that game, I said they all going Kansas City. I'm gonna make up a game on this one.
Yo, me being like, probably out of y'all 3, I'm probably the biggest Star Wars nerd. So when you just made that Evil Empire, I just immediately thought Kraft is Darth Sidious, the Emperor, and Tom Brady is definitely Darth Vader. There's like no doubt about it. That was an excellent comparison.
Yeah, I never.
Just like nerding out over here.
Yeah.
Especially with the hoodie, right? Let the hate flow.
I was never big on Star Wars, but that was just me. But I hope Red gets. I hope Big Red wins. You know what? Me and Ron might got to make a side of wager, man, on this one, man. I like Reed.
So and Chris, you going with KC, right?
Yeah, I'm going KC. I could see New England. I could really see New England blowing them the hell out, and Tommy Terrific doing his thing. But I'm going KC. I think KC's the real deal this year. A lot of weapons. KC.
Okay.
So that's your Broad Street 444 pick 6.
Oh, yeah, okay. So am I going to jump in the first place if I win all these things this week?
Wood, go Hold on. Wood, go.
Different games than me and you pick, Chris.
Hold on. Wood, give us the official standings right now.
All right, official standings right now overall. Chris Colazzo, 18, 11, and 1. Rome and Mike. Jerome Dooley, Mike McCline, 16, 13, and 1.
So y'all 2 games behind.
14, 15, and 1.
So y'all 2 games behind. Wood is 4 games behind. So depending on the difference of picks, Rome, you got at least.
We picked 3 different games.
Oh, so you could take the lead, Rome. You could technically take the lead.
Or you could pull away.
Or I could pull away, yeah, obviously.
Yeah, for me at least, Mike could probably. I think you and Mike picked the same game, so.
Mike Tippett.
No, he didn't. No, Mike picked Denver.
Oh, yeah. So Mike could jump again.
And Mike picked Washington.
Yeah, I picked Washington.
Who Washington plays? Who did they play? Carolina. Mike is a smart man because he typically follows my picks, but he's going to come up. He might come up short this week, and that's unfortunate because Mike's one of my good friends. But yeah, I don't.
6-0. I can tell you that right now.
Who you? Hey, listen. Nobody is wanting 6-0, man. We talked about
This is my week. I'm going 6.
It's your week to go 5-1, bud.
I'm going 6.
You go 5-1, you right in the mix, bud.
Listen. I know Rome has a 5-1. I know I have a 5-1. Does McCline and Wood have a 5-1 yet?
Yeah. I had a 5-1 in week 1. The same week you had. Actually, me, Chris, and Mike all had 5-1s in week 1.
Okay, cool. So we all got 5-1 weeks. All right. So we still looking for our first 6-0 week. That'll be a big thing. And fellas, are we going to talk about this or are we going to post this? Are we going to make a friendly wager on our pick 6 at the end of the season?
Yeah, we'll come up with it. But quick thing, Red Sox just knocked off the Yankees.
Ooh, knocked off the Yankees.
That's it. They advanced.
Okay.
They almost blew it. They was up 4-1 in the 9th. Ended up being 4-3.
4-3.
Yankee, big push.
Yeah.
The pitcher was walking guys, man.
Right.
Alright. So are we jumping into this boxing topic? Or what?
The death of HBO boxing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's nothing we have to be too in depth on. Obviously HBO's been doing this for, I can't remember the year they initiated boxing. Was it I think it was the 70s. I think it was Joe Frazier. I think Joe Frazier and Muhammad Ali. I think that was one of their first fights where they kind of jumped in HBO, and where Joe Frazier upset and beat Ali. But yeah, man, it's going to be different. It's going to be different without HBO. They decided to move on. Obviously, Showtime's big on boxing right now, but they decided to move on. So the big wigs up there decided to move on. I think it was over 1,000 fights that they actually, broadcasted, and
One of the HBO executives mentioned that their data indicates that boxing no longer drives subscriptions to the network. It's just not that draw that it once was.
Yeah,
it's not. Boxing is not aligned with what HBO is trying to do going forward, and it's a shame, specifically when you think about the history, that it was almost a cornerstone to HBO. Watching HBO boxing on Saturdays, and especially when the big fight, then it turned into like HBO pay-per-view,
good stuff. Well, I agree, man. I mean, I really when Tyson was obviously, the biggest draw, man, in our era, and after Tyson, there really hasn't been anybody. But De La Hoya had a significant run. It was kind of that era, and
Roy Jones in there.
Yeah, Roy De La Hoya.
B-Hop had his run.
Roy Jones, I don't know if B-Hop was the biggest pay-per-view draw, though. He was a good fighter.
He wasn't a big pay-per-view draw, but he was like, when I think of a fighter after Roy, it was B-Hop.
Yeah, B-Hop, but in terms of a pay-per-view draw, and the reason why they're dropping boxing, because it's just not drawing that pay-per-view. With it was just Floyd, and Floyd sided with Showtime and his own Money Mayweather thing.
So that's where people are going to get their boxing fix from now, Showtime.
Yeah, it's Showtime. Yeah, it's Showtime. So
I'm not paying for a pay-per-view. I haven't paid for one since the mid-2000s.
But that's exactly wrong. But that's the whole point, and that's their logic and their thinking behind why they're not doing it, because nobody's paying for it. There's no pay-per-view.
And just to piggyback off of that, do you want to compound that with the fact that people don't buy stuff anymore? They just stream it illegally. So people find ways to pirate these big sporting events on the computer. Like, why am I going to pay $100 to watch, this Pacquiao? I mean, this Mayweather fight.
I remember the Mayweather Pacquiao. I don't know anybody that bought.
That was the last one I bought.
Everybody was streaming that.
No.
That was the last one I bought. But all my boys like, why are you paying for that, man? You can just get it from Reddit. Just go on Reddit and find the link, and you good. And I'm like, word? Dang, I feel like an idiot. I just paid $100 for it.
Excellent. How many times can I keep saying excellent? Excellent point. So, but yeah, man, we'll miss them, because I enjoyed HBO. I enjoyed those guys over there, and
But you know what? But what I remember about HBO, just like you said, Tyson.
Mm-hmm.
That was it. But a lot of those Tyson fights weren't even pay-per-view at first.
No, the early fights weren't.
Saturday night joint, and I think like HBO just got too fixed on the pay-per-view thing. I think the pay-per-view thing just got out of control, man.
It got out of control. No, yeah, it definitely did, Rome. I agree with you. I mean, you remember even ABC used to have fights on, Saturday and things like that.
Yeah.
They
I'm glad to see like ESPN and Fox back into the fight game.
I remember my dad watching Roberto Duran fight Saturdays afternoon.
Yeah, Saturday afternoons.
He loved Hands of Stone. That was his favorite boxer.
I used to watch those fights. I was always big on boxing. We were younger, but we used to watch those fights. And like Rome just said, man, HBO kind of got fixated on that pay-per-view. But Tyson really brought that. Him and Don King really brought that, and kind of monopolized that whole pay-per-view thing, But outside of that, boxers haven't been able to bring in those kind of viewers. They really haven't. Even though we've had some good ones, Roy Jones, Bernard Hopkins, those guys still weren't great pay-per-view draws. We got Canelo. I don't know how big he is.
It's just not that Tyson guy.
Yeah,
it's not that heavyweight.
It's not that heavyweight. Exactly. The heavyweight division is a joke. Canelo is a draw, but it depends on who he's fighting. Triple G's at the end of his career, and it's nobody else. Mayweather, obviously, he's talking about he's coming back, but he retired. But outside of that, who would you pay for to see? So. I understand why they're doing it. So they'll be missed. HBO, they'll be missed, but I understand it.
This is a perfect segue into our final segment. Big games, big sporting events. Chris, if you don't mind, I'd like to quarterback this one if I could.
Go ahead, Wood. Do your thing, baby.
I appreciate it, brother. This is one of the biggest things when it comes to sporting events. I think growing up as coming up and my parents watching boxing, and you think about the Super Bowl, you think about WrestleMania, the World Cup, you think about the Game 7 of your favorite hockey team or baseball team or basketball team. You think about these you're on your way to work, all your coworkers are talking about, you listen to the radio, that's all that's on the radio, especially if it's your team, it's just, the whole city is just like on cloud nine. So you got the big event coming. You can't wait to get off work so you can get home and get ready to prepare for this big sporting event. What do you do? Unfortunately, we didn't have any response response from Facebook. I didn't have any listeners, so I can't really pretty much share with what some of the people said. But I want to ask my three brothers and see what they would do. There's so many things you could do. Are you the one that do you throw the party and have a whole bunch of people over? Do you go to the party? Do you say, I'm just going to chill with the fam? We're going to, or we can just get a pizza? Or, let's go deeper. Are you going to? This is a big game. Are you just going to get a pizza from Little Caesars, or are you going to get that good pizza, like from go down to South Street and go to Lorenzo's, or wherever or go shout out the Gators down in Roxborough. That's one of my favorite places. That had tomato pie. Shout out the Gators. When I knew a big game was coming, I wanted to go all out. I wasn't just going to go to the corner store and get a 40 ounce of Budweiser. I was going to get some Dos Equis. You know what I'm saying? I was going to get some Reds right. Like I'm going to get some good international beer. So I want something that's with a high ABV. Or if you're going to bring out the top shelf, you're going to get some whiskey, some Cone, some Hennessy. I'm like, look, I'm going to have fun this game. And so you think about the wings. Where are you going to go? I want to know. That's what I'm asking you. I want to ask you three brothers. I want to know, when you got a big event coming, you got a Tyson Sphinx game fight, Manny Pacquiao Mayweather fight. You got this is the biggest event of the year. I want to know what you're going to do. I'm going to start it off. I'm throwing it to Mike McClellan. What would you do, brother?
For the big game, what I do, well, right now all the big games consist of my birds. So I really get, I get myself ready. I put my Eagle socks on. They're gray. I put my socks and always wear my blue slides. No matter if I got jeans on or if I got shorts on. I'm rocking, or I got my sleepwear on. Just the soft cotton shorts. Walking around the crib. I got those socks on, and then I put on my Eagles hat, my gray Eagles hat with the new Eagle sign. I don't have the one with the throwback sign on it. I wish I did, but I don't. So I wear my gray Eagles hat, and I have a shrine in my basement. I'm usually home for all the games. So I go to my basement, I look at the Eagles shrine. It has a Mike Vick jersey. It's sitting on my favorite bar stool in my basement, the bar. And it's on my bar stool. I got the Vick. I got a picture of an eagle signed by Brett Selleck, and then I have an old Eagles hat.
Wow.
With, it's like one of those game hats from back in the day with the G on it. It was pretty cool. So I got an old Eagles hat I got on there, and I go look at it. And that's how, that's what I get ready for my Eagle games, the big games for me every week.
Nice.
That's right.
Yeah, I do the same thing. I got a pair of Eagle socks I put on too. And I always get at my wife. I say, make sure somebody's wearing something with Eagles on it. Everybody got to have something on.
Yeah. Gotta be in that right state of mind, that mojo going. Get that mojo.
No doubt. Ron, what about you, bro?
I'm more, I gotta have something nice to drink. I'm not gonna dress up in anything, even though I do have a lot of Eagles gear. I got a couple Black Eagles hoodie with the old Eagles, our Eagles that we like, the Randall and Reggie Eagles.
The Kelly Green.
I got like two of them hoodies, but I really don't throw them on. Like I'm more the beer and everything. Maybe a nice pizza or something. I definitely do like my whiskey or Henny. I think this Sunday, like we had the Henny VSOP, the Henny Privilege. Like me and my pop, he was over, so we was drinking that. Just like the bowl, like we made sure we had some. I think we had like some Grey Goose or something for that joint. We sat down. I think we had got some barbecue and stuff. Like that's what I'm usually doing, like barbecue. I'll do that for a big game. I'm a fire up the smoker and start really cooking something. Do me like some wings on the smoker or something. Old Bay, like throw some Old Bay seasoning on there. Old Bay rub.
That's the life right there.
John, yeah. So
this bag with a nice glass of that, with a smoked rub wing with your family watching the game. I don't think there's anything better than that.
Yeah. But I do love pizza. But one thing I do love is like hot wings and fries. If I got some hot wings and some fries, I'm pretty much good to go. with the Eagles.
Is there a particular
with
place?
a nice cold brewski. Nah, I'm pretty much probably gonna make them myself.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay,
Yeah,
so
like,
you do it yourself. You make it yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. You the chef. Chris, what do you do? You got a big sporting event coming up.
I'm kind of the same way, kind of with Rome, man. I'm aside with all you guys, man, with the Eagles, man. It's obviously the NFL is a little bit different. It's only once a week, so and the Eagles is big time, man. We only get 16 a year, so we wait for it when they're not playing, and once they come, man. So the food has to be there. Some pizza, some wings. I'm good with that. You know what I mean? And some beer, man. A beer, a case of Coronas, a case of Budweisers. Obviously, y'all know my older brother, man. He's a beer drinker, so I definitely enjoy watching the game with my big brother. And I got a lot of friends. Or let me change it. You guys are my friends. I got a lot of associates. And I get a lot of phone calls on Eagles on game day. They say, "See, come over, watch the game." But I can't watch the game with everybody. I can't watch the game with somebody who's just talking, just a bunch of nonsense. Oh, he should have did this and he should have did that. No, I'm talking about A-gaps and, cover twos, and this guy doesn't have a clue. So, I got a friend, man. I'm not going to say his name, but, come over, watch the game. Yeah, I just gotta, oh man, me and my brother, I gotta kind of make an excuse because I just can't watch the game with nobody who just doesn't understand the game like I do, man. Because it just blow my joint here completely.
So to the point where you better off watching the game by yourself.
By myself. Exactly, Wood. And listen, if it's not my brother, I'd rather watch the game by myself, man. You know what I mean? I'd rather watch the game by myself. Some beer, some food, Sunday night, chill, I done did my thing with the family either the night before or earlier that day. And, just enjoy the game by myself, man. But I definitely enjoy watching the game with my big brother because we have an understanding of the game. And, but I definitely can't watch it with everybody. But remember, I came and watched the Super Bowl with you. You guys, of course, all you guys, man. I could watch the game with you guys, man. Definitely something to drink, something to eat, man. I keep it simple, man. Something to eat, something to drink, and watch the game.
Super Bowl, the big Super Bowl that we won, I was trying to be a pescatarian, which is, we don't eat meat, just fish, and everything else vegetarian. I did that from October of last year, and I was trying to hold it down, and I cheated on Thanksgiving, and I said to myself, man, if the Eagles win the Super Bowl, I'm making cheesesteaks, and I'm eating meat, and you know what happened, the Eagles went to the Super Bowl. I was in here frying up some cheesesteaks, cooking them up. I mean, I got the Armoroso bread because here in Lancaster, it's customary, like it's standard for them to put marinara sauce on their cheesesteaks. Absolutely ridiculous. Blew my mind when I first moved here. I walked in to get a cheesesteak, and they said, what did they say? I think they served it to me with sauce. So I said, "What is this? I didn't order a pizza steak." They said, "Oh no, it's a cheesesteak. That's what you get. I was like, "Nah."
Marinara sauce.
Marinara sauce, man. Yeah, exactly. So if I ever have the hankering for a cheesesteak, I have to specify. Don't put marinara sauce on. I want American cheese or cheese whiz. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes they don't even have cheese whiz. They got that nacho cheese sauce. They don't have the cheese whiz. So that's bad. I gotta make them myself. So I get the Armoroso bread. I get the cheese whiz, the official Kraft cheese whiz. I cook that up, man, and I be putting the fried onions in there. Family goes off. They go crazy, but they be loving it. So I was cooking up the cheesesteaks before the game. And then once the game started, we had ourselves a good old time. I didn't get off meat since.
That's good stuff.
That pescatarian stuff was right out the window.
That's good stuff. Cause I'd be liable to walk away from a place that put marinara sauce on the thing. I tell them to keep it, and I'm not paying. I'd walk out. But yeah. What more? Family, food, and friends, man. What more can you ask for? Some things are different than others, but we're talking about the Eagles right now. Big fight or something like that. Maybe you could go out somewhere with the fellas, have a drink or two or something like that. Me, I like to really be able to hear the guys talking about big fights and things like that.
Go to Buffalo Wild Wings, and then I see all the TV screens up on there, and then you can't really hear what's going on. Maybe if I was single, a little younger, in my 20s or something, maybe I'll try to go look for a chick and try to get a number or something. But and then you hang out with your friends and just chop it up. But I was more, because I'm an Eagles fan. Like, I want to watch the game. I want to watch every single play. I want to hear what they have to say. I don't want to be in an environment where some people want to socialize when I'm trying to watch the game.
No, yeah, you mentioned that, and I think our pilot episode would, and I agree with you too. But again, when you was younger, maybe every now and then you go out just for the social crowd, no. And even now, maybe you could take one game or something like that and try to enjoy that crowd. But for the most part, man, I like to be home. I like to hear everything, see everything, replays and the whole nine, man.
And I know this is getting off tangent a little bit. Sorry to cut you off, but I don't want to forget. Do you prefer going to a game or watching a game on TV? Because I feel like there's pros and cons to both. What do you guys prefer? I'm gonna ask you, Chris, first.
It's like you said, it's pros and cons to both. I think you have to treat yourself to at least going to a game. I think that's something you have to experience at least one time. I think me and Rome went to a game. I'm almost positive, Rome, it was that Saints game where Eric Allen had the 2 interceptions. Was that it? Was it the Saints where Eric Allen had 2 interception returns for touchdowns?
I don't know.
Remember, we were in the vet. We were at halftime. Me, you, and your dad. We were going into the bathroom, and we were pressing the things to dry your hand. Everybody had to stay warm or something like that. And we were pressing the things. It was freezing cold. We only stayed till about the beginning of the third quarter.
Yeah, I don't know who we played.
Yeah, I thought.
December, John.
Yeah, I thought it was the Saints. I could be mistaken, but I think that's something you at least have to treat yourself to. But on a consistent basis, I like to be home, man. I like to be home.
You'd be okay with not having like season passes to see the Eagles.
Well, if I could afford,
if you had season passes, would you see yourself?
Yeah, if I had season passes, I'm gonna make some games. Yeah, don't.
What about you, Ron?
Yeah.
Ron, I think you have season passes to games, don't you?
No, not to Eagles.
Real quick.
But this doesn't have to be just the Eagles. Like just a live sporting event. Like, would you prefer? Why do you prefer watching on TV or actually going?
It depends, man. I think it's advantages to both. I like them both. I think the only thing is when you go to a game, and especially when it's professional, like most of the time people are just standing up the whole time. So you're not sitting down, like you're forced to stand up to see the game the whole time. Yeah. Like that could kind of be irritating after a while doing that.
Right.
And then the other thing is the size of the crowd. Like once you leave after a game and then you're stuck in traffic for God knows how many hours just trying to get back home.
That's true.
Yeah, like that's the challenges to going to a live game.
Right.
But I think when you're I'm gonna say this one aspect, when you're in a live game and you can actually see like a big block coming or a big play coming, like that you can't see that on TV.
It's nothing like
you don't have that aspect of it because the cameras don't pick up every good angle like you would when you at a live game.
And that live game, man, the crowd, the energy, how everybody, sports galvanizes. It brings people together, man. That energy is crazy. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter, black, white, or candy stripe. It doesn't matter, political background, ethnicity, any of that stuff, man. So that energy.
If you're wearing the same team logo,
y'all
brothers for that. A couple hours. I could dig.
Yeah, my fault, but we're gonna let McCline go. But Rome just looked out for some tickets. I just went to the Temple game, man. It was all that, man. I was down there on the field, man. If it was a pass, that was yeah, man. If they would have threw it too deep, man, I'd have caught something, man. I was ready to run down there and steal a jersey, man, and make a play, man. Yeah, I was close. I said, damn, I never said this close before. But yeah, man, I appreciate the tickets, man. We watched. I went down there with my little man. We saw Temple play ECU. We blew them out.
I was just about to ask who they play. ECU,
yeah. Big up to. Before I knew, Temple blew him out. So Temple blew him out. But McLean, go ahead, McLean. My fault. Wood. Go ahead, y'all. Go ahead.
Yeah, McCown, what you prefer, watching on TV or actually going to a game?
Well, with me, it depends on the sport. Like football games, I don't have to go in the cold. It's just be too cold after like late November, unless I went and watched the game somewhere in warm weather. But the energy of being at being there, the angles and the energy is just something that you can't replicate at home. But you do feel the energy at home, but not like at the game and the sound of decimals, and the momentum. You feel the momentum while you're at the game. But like a basketball indoor events, I can go to. I like being at those games better than watching on TV. Indoor sporting events. But outdoor, I don't like it when it's cold and I gotta stand there. I went to a Birds game when they played on Thursday night, maybe about 8 years ago, maybe 10 years ago against the Titans. And it was cold as the Dickens out there. Man, it was colder than the witch's tit. It was like, goodness gracious, my boogies was frozen. It was cold out there, and I had a lot of beer in me and a lot of hard Hennessy. This back when I was drinking the Henny. I was warm, but it got cold quick. So I said I'll sit at home and don't have to deal, with all that the negative aspects of going to a game.
And nowadays with technology, you got big widescreen TVs, 50-inch TVs you put in your home with the surround sound.
Yeah.
It's almost like you get all the angles and you can see the replays. It's like, man, why go to the game when I got a better experience in my living room where I can enjoy the game just as well. And I don't have to worry about waiting in long lines to use the restroom.
I think consistently home for football games is the better choice. But once out of the year or something like that, it's not bad just to go for that experience. Let me real quick. This your thing, Will, right now. But have you guys ever been to a boxing match, man? Blue Horizon, anything like that?
I've never been to Blue Horizon.
It's nothing like, man. I'm telling you, man. Man, because it's a one-on-one sport. It's not a team sport, man. You see one guy come down, you see the other guy come down, man, and get in the ring, man. And I had great seats. Like, I'm right there next to the ring girls. I'm winking my eyes at them trying to. But, I mean, listen, man. See two dudes go at it, man. That I've been there at least 4 or 5 times, man. Blue Horizon, man. A boxing match, man. The energy. It's crazy. That's a pretty good deal. Something you don't have to.
Wrestling event, kind of like that. I know what you mean, though. It's electric like that.
Yeah, it's a different energy, man. And obviously, it's not an outdoor thing. They had the Armory out the Boulevard too. I went once or twice. So, but yeah.
So listeners, when you listen to this segment, listen to this entire episode, man, tell us what you think. We'd like to know what your rituals are, and we'll make sure we respond to your comments and we'll talk about it next episode. We certainly want to know what you do before big sporting events. Again, if you like soccer, I know you're big on the World Cup. That's the most popular sport in the world. If you like wrestling, UFC, that Conor McGregor fight that just took place. What did you think about that? Did you pay for it on pay-per-view and you were treated to an unbelievable ending? I think I saw Ron Artest out there with Steven Jackson in the crowd fighting. You see what So it was a lot of people. It was people fighting in the stands, man. It was crazy.
Yeah, that was a joke.
Sorry, but that's all I had to say. Back to you, Chris.
All right, no doubt, man. Hey, listen, man. Good show, fellas, man. We gonna wrap it up, man. It's another show, episode of Broad Street 4 for 4. We're Philadelphia natives. All of us are Philadelphia natives, and we deliver authentic sports talk, man. We appreciate everybody for tuning in, enjoying the show. Hopefully everybody enjoyed the show, man. And unless anybody got some last second comments, we gonna sign off. Man. Good show, and hopefully the Birds get this win this Thursday, man. So hopefully everybody enjoyed the show. We signing off on behalf of James Woodruff, Jerome Dooley, Mike McCline. My name Chris Colazzo. This Broad Street 4 for 4. We signing off. Remember, don't raise your voice. Improve your argument. We signing off, man. We out of here.
Drop the beat, y'all.